I wanted to pass the mic over to Ethan, Crankgameplays.
Oh, hello. I am here.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you? It's
So,
it's so cool to be able to do this and be in the room with so many talented people. So I just wanted to say thank you so much for inviting me.
oh, my pleasure. Well, thank you so much for giving us a year of just absolute pleasure with Unis Honest. I think it is the coolest concept ever. The idea that the internet is permanent, and then you come up with a concept that makes everything like scarcity. I mean, I feel like you may have taken like a cue from De Beers, the diamond company that like basically
Hmm.
holds diamonds to drive prices up. I feel like there's some kind of economics like university economics study that could be about like how Unis Honest like amplified and created scarcity or something like that. There's some like supply and demand thing there. But can you tell us a little bit about the concept and how it came to be? I know it's like been a while since it, but since it was last year, technically it counts for this year's Streamy Awards, and
Hmm.
it's still like something that obviously we can see just from the social chatter people are very, very excited about. So if you want to just kind of recap us again, like that concept and how it came about, I think that'd be kind of cool. Just hear it again from you.
Yeah. So basically, me and my buddy Markiplier, small YouTuber. Nobody really knows who he is. Um, but I had just sort of come to him being like, yeah, I want to do different stuff because I mostly just had done gaming stuff on my channel, and I was thinking about making a new channel. And I was like, "What do you think? Do you think that's a good idea?" And then he was like, "What do you think about making a channel together, and we do it for a year and then delete everything?" And I was like, "Yeah,
What?
well, I think we have to do that now." Um, and so in the beginning, it was very much the idea was very much like a place for us to just sort of shit post and just post whatever we wanted, and a place just to create with like no standards, which then quickly became our standards for Unis Honest were way higher than standards for our own channels. Yeah, and so it sort of became this like bucket list channel where we just went out and experienced new things every day and just did a bunch of weird stuff. And yeah, we had a ton of fun with it. And so it was me, Mark, and then Amy, who was a lot of the times behind the camera and came up with like most of the creative for all of it, and came up with a lot of the video ideas. So it was really fun. And then we deleted it all after a year. Every video started with a timer, ended with a timer, and then we deleted it.
What that's actually very, very true because we were trying to like pull some footage for clips for the show, and it's nowhere. It's nowhere. You really did a very good job deleting that. I wish that, I'm sure there's some people out there that if you ever decide that you want to change careers, you could like help people delete some of their history because like scrubbing yourself from the internet, it seems to like be a very difficult thing to do. Like there's something really like popping up every time like someone's history. So I wanted to ask you what was your favorite, or not your favorite, but what was a highlight or a great moment from When It's Honest from that year that you remember being particularly memorable?
Um, it's funny when people ask me about it because like looking back, the whole year is like kind of a blur. Like I really don't know how we ended up doing that and not dying. Um, I think honestly, I think the ending live stream was really special. You know, we ended the last 12 hours with a 12-hour stream of just going through everything. Um, and as far as videos though themselves, I think that probably the pepper spray video stands out in my mind. We went to a security training facility, and we got pepper sprayed, and it was one of the most awful things I've ever experienced. But it was actually like it was cool. I don't like it was a really interesting experience just being like I'm probably hopefully never going to actually be pepper sprayed in my life, but let's see what it's like. And that was the whole thing about Unis Honest, was just experiencing things because we don't have infinite time, so let's go out and experience that. But yeah, other than that video, I think the live stream, I was talking to people about it yesterday actually, about Unis Honest, and like I've never gotten more closure in my life than from Unis Honest. So like
Well, that
deleting it actually was like it was
yeah,
really nice.
so much about being a creator, especially on YouTube, is like forever. It's continuous. Like there's no start and beginning. It's not really project based, which I think is kind of cool. And there's like definite, definitive start and end to Unis Honest. And
Yeah.
I love how you're like the philosophical kind of like meta layer to all of this is like, yeah, well, life is, there is a start and an end, and it's, it gets real deep really quick. And I feel like it's very, very important. And I like also that you chose like a Latin name for it. I mean, who picked that name? Did you do that or did...
Unis on it. So me and Mark went to a Buffalo Wild Wings, and we were just sitting there trying to figure out a name, and then we were like, "What's 1 year in Latin?" Because we were just like trying to figure out different stuff. There was I don't even remember the other name choices, but we were like, "What's that?" And then it was Unis Honest, and we were like, "Haha, it's kind of like anus. That's really funny." And so we went up with that. I don't remember whose idea it was, but yeah.
I definitely was very careful to pronounce that correctly, but I think thanks for breaking the ice on that. Yeah, I think like it's really become like a true memento mori, like a reminder of death because it's
Mm-hmm.
now you can't see it. But like that last live stream episode, like is awesome. You should check it out, but you can't. So
Yeah,
pay
I mean
attention next time. Yeah, exactly.
that's the whole thing about it. Like, you can definitely find Unis Honest videos on the internet. Like, there's a lot of people that ripped them and then like either made compilations, which at the end of the day we're fine with the compilation stuff. We just don't want people putting up the entirety of the videos. But like, even if people do, it the videos, the thing that we tried to drive home was like the videos themselves weren't really that special. Like, anybody can go and make the videos that we made. The thing that was special about it was that you were a part of it when it was alive. So like, if you show the video to somebody later, it's like, okay, cool, this might be a funny video, whatever. But like, it was the experience of actually being there when it happened. Like, that's what made Unisana special. And like, it was special because it wasn't going to last forever. It had a very, very like particular, this is when this thing is going to be alive. So you're either there or you're not. Yeah, I guess you can look back on it later, but like, you have to be there to be a part of it. And like, that's what made it special. It wasn't the videos themselves.
Yeah, like isn't that what like distinguishes the elves from the humans in Lord of the Rings? It's sort of like
Yeah.
the mortality that makes like everything that they do have so much more meaning. Anyways, let's not get too metaphysical here. I also thanks so much. We're gonna
Yeah.
come back and open it up to everyone, but I wanted to thank you so much. Congratulations on your nomination for Streamies for collaboration for Unis Honest. Is there any lessons that you've learned? Are you waiting to come back completely, or is it more like, huh? I've learned a lot. There's some lessons I'm going to take for into 2022.
I learned a lot, not necessarily this past year, because like you were saying, Unisonus didn't really happen this past year. I mean, it kind of. But I learned a lot, and I would like to extend this knowledge to the other creators here. Am I allowed to swear on this?
I don't. This
I'll
is
just not. I'll
Just do it.
I'll censor. But what I learned with Unisonus is like, I was really afraid to like make stuff that wasn't the content that I normally create on my own channel, which is sort of like why Unisonus came to be, because Mark and I were like, oh, we want to make different stuff. Just do it. Like, F it is what I was gonna say. Because like, your audience is there for you, and that was something that I was so afraid of, was like making something that wasn't what they're used to. And like, that was something that was like one of the biggest lessons of Unisonus, was knowing that if I'm just having fun making whatever it is I'm making, then my audience will like it. And that's been so nice over this past year, just like doing stupid things and making dumb videos that I normally wouldn't have made in the past because I was afraid. So like, that was the biggest thing that I learned, is like, as long as I'm just like having fun, and like, even if I'm making weird stuff that I normally wouldn't make, my audience is still probably gonna love it because I'm having a really fun time. So that was just a nice lesson that I learned. So to anybody else in here, if you're thinking about making new stuff and you're a little bit afraid because it's not the normal thing, just do it. Like, it'll probably be fine, and your audience will probably love it because it's something different. So yeah.